The man claimed to be German. The German soldiers pulled down his pants. After confirming that he was a Jew, they executed him on the spot. The boy immediately pulled off his red scarf and destroyed his ID because he too was a Jew. Soon, German soldiers came over to question him. The boy claimed in fluent German that he was a German who had escaped from the Soviet Union. The soldiers couldn't tell the difference, so they brought the boy to the officer so he could tell the difference between the truth and the lie. The officer asked for his parents' names, but the boy forgets to make them up. A horrible-looking officer offered to help him with his lie and hugged him. Suddenly, there was a commotion. The Germans had captured a Soviet officer, and because of the language barrier, an argument broke out. The boy offered to act as an interpreter. The Germans then learned that there was Stalin's son among the captured prisoners. The Nazi soldiers were overjoyed. They took credit for the boy's efforts and dragged him along to have his picture taken. The boy was then taken by the Germans to the headquarters. His disguise was so perfect that all the German soldiers dropped their guard against him. Suddenly, one of the captives called out the boy's name, his former nemesis. He publicly reveals the truth that the boy is a Jew, but the German soldiers could not understand, and they asked the boy to translate. The boy lied that he didn't recognize the other man and raised his hand to slap the captive. The Nazi soldiers were very pleased with this. The man rushed over and beat the boy, which the Nazi soldiers immediately stopped. The man was then executed on the spot. The boy gained the trust of the Germans and became part of the Nazi ranks. Together, they captured the Soviet position and seized the enemy radio. The boy was translating what was on the radio. The next moment, all his teammates were killed by snipers. The boy could only defect to the Soviet Union. He contacted the Soviets through the radio and ran in the direction of the Soviets. The boy raised his hands high in surrender. Seeing this, the Soviet soldiers lowered their weapons and raised their hands in response. At that moment, the German soldiers suddenly rushed out. Thinking that the boy was trying to avenge his comrades, they rushed after him. The colonel knew about this. The officer asked who their enemy was. The boy said it was the Soviet Union. The colonel shook his head. The officer said that it was not these people, that the war was waged against the Jews. The boy was horrified. He didn't understand hatred. The colonel recommended him to study in Berlin.